Hi folks, and welcome back to Tam Stamps. Today, we're going to be creating card number 2 from the July 2024 Paper Pumpkin subscription box. These are the things we need to make it, so let's start creating. Like the first card of the month, we'll just have the one stamped banner that we'll be doing today. And in today's card, we're going to be using these bright red, I want to say peonies. Now, if you know what kind of flowers these are for sure, let me know in the comments. And we'll be using a more of an orange background to make our stamped banner pop out this time, rather than the more pink purple color that we used for our first card. And I'll get these two turned over, ready for the adhesives we'll be using on them. Let's move on to the banner. All right. That looks more like it. Now, as I mentioned in the first video, while I do have plenty of ink on these stamps are intended and they are made to look a little weathered when they print. So it isn't going to look like a newspaper hard printing. And the sentiment for this card is going to be, let's celebrate you. Now, this card is perfect for a friend or a family member, maybe even a coworker who might not be taking time to enjoy the fruits of their labors. So it's time to celebrate you. And again, I am so happy that Paper Pumpkin, at least in this month's box, decided to use the double-sided strips rather than the long roll of double-sided tape that has come in the past. And here we are with the hexes going onto the flower pop-out. And like last time's card, we'll only be putting the one hex on this banner. The spaces within the base of the flower are so small that it does require us to place the hex on the base card once we have that pop out in place. Now, I'm going to be using the envelope for this card to align the background strip. That's going to help me make sure that I'm getting it parallel with the bottom and top of the card. While I'm getting everything aligned here, this is a perfect time that if you are enjoying these videos, go ahead and click on the like button. And as always, subscribing is free. And I recommend turning on the notifications so that you will know when we're publishing our latest video. And if you would like to get the July Paper Pumpkin box that I'm making for yourself, you can find the link to that in our Tam Stamps website in the description. And you can also purchase other Paper Pumpkin products as well. A little final adjustment here, and It is nicely lined up top and bottom. Perfect. Now let's get the flower pop out in place. And as you can see, it is a far brighter, more distinct version of the card base, which already looks very good on its own. You'll see after I get this mounted, I realize, hey, I should have a fourth hex on there. And as I'm aligning this, you may see me hesitate and align and hesitate and align. And what I'm doing is looking back and forth from the instructions to make sure that I'm getting it lined up the way that they show there. And this is the point where I realized I am missing a fourth hexagon from the flower pop-out. And that will make it much more stable with the base. And this will be the hexagon, the second support hexagon, I should say, for the stamped banner that we're going to put on there. And you can see the small space that it's fitting into. It would be hard to get that perfectly aligned on the banner so that it showed off the background. Cover off this hex and get her into position here. Very nice. And just like our first card, we're going to be using some of these pearlescent embellishments to give our card face a little glimmer in the sunshine. Very nice. And here is card number 2 from the July Paper Pumpkin box, all complete. Go ahead and make one of these up. Send it to a friend or coworker or family member you know that needs to take time to celebrate life a little bit. And as always, thank you so much for visiting Tam Stamps, and we very much appreciate your being here. See you next time.